Hello and welcome back to Keeper of the Keys. This is the 5th episode, episode 5. Again, I'm reading off my computer. 5 represents change, adventure, chaos, and freedom, and I think that this perfectly encapsulates the feeling of Addison's debut album. Addison. Wow. Let's go. Okay. I'm gonna clip this so it's really funny. Hopefully, guys laugh. Let's get into it. I wanted to wear a tiara because she wore a cute tiara on. Well, this is like a crown. I was gonna wear this to the Ren Fair, but I ended up not. Because she wore a cute tiara on an interview. Anyway, I have to like seriously speed through this episode because I have so much to say and I know it's gonna be so long. So I'm trying not to make it long. Let's see how long this tiara stays. All right, so we're just gonna jump into it. So the album has 12 tracks, but it goes by in a sneeze. It's 33 minutes long, and this is the overall vibe. So for every video, I make like a Pinterest board with the, why did I get into the role? I was like, it's a friggin' crown. I make a Pinterest board with like the overall vibe of the music. So a lot of like Spring Breakers, I forget what's in it, but like very orange. I love, like, I'm coming around about orange. I didn't really care about orange and now I'm like, but Addison orange. I have specific dance moves with each song. I wanted to incorporate them here, but it would be like that meme with the like sound, like the sound effect of like shuffling on the gym floor, because I can't include music. So it would just be silent and me like literally Addison TikTok dance. Okay. But just know this album makes you want to move and dance. I really understand Addison's dance background listening to the beat of these tracks. Again, if I'm looking over and you're like, where is she looking? I'm literally just looking at the transcription on my thing because I can't just riff it. I have to be annoying and amazing. Yeah. Okay, so Addison had one of the hardest single runs of this year or ever. Hit after hit, the list in chronological order from release date: Dietpepsi, Aquamarine, High Fashion, Headphoneson, Fameisagun, and I believe Times Like These counts. I can't remember because I remember like she was like, okay, the music video is coming out and then the album's dropping. So like, I don't know if that counts. Maybe that doesn't count as a single, but I feel like it like was for like a sec. No, because it didn't have its moment like before the album. So I guess it doesn't count. Well, so the world's introduction to Addison was her feature on Von Dutch. Last summer sounded like her Von Dutch scream. Now for this summer, I mean, I think Diet Pepsi came out last fall, can't recall, but Diet Pepsi was cracked open and Aquamarine washed up on shore. I want to begin this review by referencing a clip from the Fameisagun music video. There's a scene where she is shown walking toward a door and there's 2 old men behind her. They try to grab at her or like assist her. My comprehension of this clip is, excuse my French, these 2 old fucks are trying to get their hands on her and her art. How does Addison react in the short clip, you may ask? She shrugs them away. This is, to me, represents the power of the 3 women. Power of 3. Again, Keeper of the Keys reference. There are a lot of Keeper of the Keys references in this video. This is a special episode. This to me represents the power of the 3 women who worked on Addison's project to make this new sound. So Addison, and if I butcher their names, I am so sorry. Literally, seriously put me on the cross. Like, I'm obsessed with these people and like, I'm so sorry if I butcher your name. Elvira Anderfjord, I'm sorry. But yeah, the coolest name. And Luca Klauser. Am I like trying to like have an accent? Klauser. I owe you my soul in the next life. Men and their gross and boring hands get away. That's what I got from that clip and this entire album and experience. This project is for the girls, for women. The album opens with New York. That's the first track. and it's like it's like mixed and like heavily like, I guess, reverbed, what's the term, but it's like New York. Like it's so like when you hear like she goes take a bite of the big apple. Okay, let me like slow down. But she goes take a bite of the big apple and then it's New York, and it's just so like, that's the first thing you hear when you listen to this album and you're like, what? Wait, album of the year. Okay, so that alone is a feeling. It's a memory. When I heard the song, I thought of my own time. I said spent in the Big Apple. Nobody says that. I mean, Addison just said that, but like, who cares? I need to be there clubbing to this song. I need to make a trashy TikTok with this audio in those gift shops with the I Heart New York memorabilia. The ending of New York is a cheerful na 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 na. I'm gonna do the Jeremiah from Love Island. Makes the song that na 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 na. Okay, and then if you listen closely though, put your headphones on. If you listen closely, you'll hear they mix New York in the background, like over the na 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 na, and like sometimes I'll like catch myself. I'll literally like try to like hear the and then I'll like say it over the na 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 na. I'll be like New York. My computer is stalling. Okay. The second track and first official single, Diet Pepsi. This was our peek into Addison. Before I move further with this discussion, I want to say that I tried to go into this with my own interpretations. I didn't want to hear what Addison thought yet or what other people were saying, really, because I just wanted to be proven right. Like, I just wanted to like watch her interviews, like after, like specifically the Jakeshane music video. I keep saying music video. I was typing it when I was typing this up. Jakeshane music video. When's that coming? When's his cameo and her? Where's his feature? Yeah, I could see that happening. I like, that's so Raven, like literally like predicted it. Anyway, predict it. I'm getting off track and I need to stay focused. I need to lock in. Me and my sister do this thing where we do, and it's based off of that meme. But yeah, I just want to be proven right. Like, I just want to watch the interviews after and be like, that's what I thought. That's literally what I thought. Thank you. I was right. I don't know. I just wanted to like kind of like go into it blind and think my own thoughts and then see if like that was similar vibe or if I just like had a new interpretation, you know what I mean? Like that like maybe like other people didn't say or catch on yet. Yeah. I don't know why I went to Valley Girl. Okay. But that being said, my sister watched the Jakeshane the Jakeshane interview, and she told me like a few things, so I will be referencing them in this, but I really don't know that much. I only know like a few, and I do talk about it. For instance, Addison had planned on calling Diet Pepsi Backseat. She discussed it with none other than charlixcx, who also has a song Backseat. And Charlie was like, why don't you just call it Diet Pepsi? So when I hear this song, I can't get it out of my head that it was supposed to be called Backseat. I'm like, that's backseat to you. I don't know, like when I listen to it, I'm like, first of all, I love that it's called Diet Pepsi, but I'm just like, but it was backseat. Like, it was backseat. Moving forward, the lines, wasting all my innocence in the backseat bar. The lines, untouched, XO, young, lust, let's, or let's go. But the let's, so good. Like, you know what women want, Addison, you do. Now, we're gonna get into it. The music video. The Jason DeLaurentis cameo. I remember like for the longest, it was out for the longest time, and then somebody on TikTok was like, that's Jason DeLaurentis. And I was like, oh, this just got crazier. So she knew what she was doing with that. I wrote, I was conflicted with the music video when it came out. I almost felt like I didn't want to like it. I hate saying this, but you know, Media literally messes with our mind, and it wasn't until I understood why, which I'll get into, so like stay with me. But yeah, I almost felt like I didn't want to like it, but then I had a realization. The music video is so fun. It's raw. She has clips of her from all angles. Her face and body are making all these like unflattering to the screen faces. And to me, I believe that it reclaims what we view as beauty and also women in music videos. These faces aren't pornographic to me in a male view, like that cross-eyed, like dumb look. You know the look, you know the one. I believe that they are utterly just like her being herself and not trying to look like any sort of way or even appealing to the viewer. She's in her body, and it's like she's dancing when no one is watching. She's not trying to suck you into her world. Maybe that's the wrong term, but she's utterly alone. You're just peeking in. Similar to her line from Fameisagun, "You've got a front row seat," and I just, oh my God, can I fucking speak? You've got a front row seat, and I got a taste of the glamorous life. Like, we're just the viewer. We're literally just voyeuristic, like, viewer watching her in this backseat. Like, we're not even supposed to be there. Like, she's just there. Okay, the third track, "Money Is Everything." Can a girl just have fun? Can a girl have fun? Can a girl have fun? Can a girl have fun? Fun. Okay. When I hear this line, yeah, so she's like, "And can a girl just have fun?" But when I hear it and when I sing it, I'm like, "Can a girl just have fun?" I'm like, "Can a girl have fun?" Like, that's how I sing it when I hear it. Okay, the lines. "Please DJ play Madonna, Wanna Roll One with Lana, Get High with Gaga," are direct references to her inspirations and people she's looked up to or is trying to encompass within her work, I believe. They're how big she wants to be in the public's eye. She wants to be the next Madonna or Lana or Gaga all in one. The line, "And the girl I used to be is still the girl inside of me." This is coming back to yourself, revisiting what you loved growing up artistically. I believe that each and every one of us eventually come back to the things that we were interested in from a young age. For Addison, it can also be this new version of herself that feels the same. In an interview, she discussed how the people closest to her in her life and growing up always called her Addison. But when she started TikTok, the internet called her addisonrae. Reclaiming Addison is coming back to who she was before, but also this like new version or like rebrand, as everybody's calling it. Okay, Money, the track "Money Is Everything" is the Bling Ring, Anora, Spring Breakers, and I appreciate all the edits. I'm having the time of my life. I'm like, pocket full of sunshine. Okay, the fourth track on the album is the second single released to the public, the masterpiece track that is Aquamarine. The track opens with "Aquamarine, honey, dive into me. I'm not hiding anymore. I won't hide." I believe this is again coming back to yourself, relaxing. It is understanding that you don't want to perform anymore. You don't want to hide who you truly are. If you exist in a world where you only care about people's interpretations of you, how lousy and sad is that? How do you view yourself? Who do you want to be? How are you perceiving you? If you wait for other people to perceive you or tell you how they perceive you, you're wasting your time. Be yourself. Be who you are. Be you. Do what feels right for you. So this track introduces us to Addison. Who is she? This is her breaking out of her shell. The TikTok mask has fallen. The birth of Venus is real. And after watching Quenlin's video, Quenlin Blackwell, it's a cooking video with Addison, I realized that Addison exists in a hypnotizing and inspiring way. She's giddy, bubbly, and it's not childish or uncanny. She's a grown woman. Society puts too much pressure on women to be a certain thing or always be sensual or nice or whatever, and I believe that she is this bubbly person. That being said, do I believe that it's a form of protection? Yeah. But I do think she exists in a way that feels freeing despite that implication. Like, it's like she's in her own world, and because of that, she is safe. It's hard to live in a constant state of observation, like knowing, like, you know what I mean? Like the constant state of like being aware, and like as women, like, or growing up, like as a woman, like you just know all the time. Like you have to be alert, like you have to know your surroundings. But yeah, this is something that I'm challenged with, and I'm trying to like relax and not like constantly be like, okay, they're over there doing that, they're doing this, they're doing, like, just, it really takes you out of the present. It does. Her personality is not a lie or lacking dimension. That's one of the true beauties of this album. It has dimension. It showcases vulnerabilities and sadness and the truth of becoming a person for the first time after growing up and only looking up to your parents. I think Addison receives a lot of hate, and I only have one thing to say. If she were a man, I think she'd receive praise and recognition for the rebrand or showcase of her art. The internet finds it way too easy to like attack women. They'd be applauding the rebrand if it was a man. You know they would. It would be like the girls under the like fucking like men TikToks who like make shit for attention, and then the girls are in the comments like, baby, stand up. Love you, but like, stand up. Okay, the lines. The world is my oyster, baby, come touch the pearl. Addison truly can do what she wants. And you can too. Guess what? You can too. The world is your oyster. Yes, well, yes. The world is your oyster. The Quen interview, again, the Quenlin Blackwell cooking show video, where she references negative comments online when Addison was like, people are saying she's trying too hard, and Addison was like, how about you try it all? We can tell you're not. I just love that line because I'm just like, no, like, you got, what are you guys doing with your life? Are you guys living a creative life? Are you trying to make something of your life? Or are you just like sitting in your dad's basement? Exactly. I'm just gonna say one last thing, and Addison haters are Benson Boone frequenters. Right. Addison haters are Benson Boone frequenters. Judge and jury, I rest my case. Okay. The lines. I'm dancing in my own reflection. I'm a ray of light. I'm transforming and realigning. I'll take you with me. Hi. This reminds me of my first episode that I did on here with Magdalene, who should open for Addison. I'm on that team too. I don't know why I did this, but I'm on that team too. Because it's like very similar to how Magdalene spoke about being on this like insane high better than drugs, and how her music just like takes you on for the ride. It's like a parallel universe between the two. The aquamarine music video transfixed me. For one of the clips, she's in a bathtub. Love. You'd think that maybe the costume team would have her in mermaid drag, but she has her final choreo scene in this nude outfit. It's highly interpreted as this is her, almost birthday suit chic. She's washed up on shore. Right. She's washed up on shore. She's the pearl in the shell you just opened. It's the beginning, a transformation. It makes so much sense to put her in nude. The first dance choreo scene in one of her music videos. Yeah, so this is like a first time we're seeing her dance in a music video. I mean, like dietpepsi, she's dancing, yeah. But like the choreo, like, you know what I'm saying? If you watch the behind the scenes, the choreographer, right? The choreographer, Danielle Palanco, I hope I'm saying that right, she talks about like how she got involved, and it like literally makes me cry. It's like the sweetest thing ever, and I am like so obsessed with Danielle and this like choreo. She's a legend. I am transfixed and obsessed. To this day, the power of that choreo and the dancers are memorialized in my mind and soul. The fifth track, again, number 5, Change, Lost and Found, the first interlude track. When I heard this track for the first time, I fell in love with it. I made a TikTok immediately. I will show it here. I'm not gonna play the music, you're just gonna have to imagine it. But these are the vibes. I feel like I gotta keep talking because it's probably like long. Maybe I'll clip it. We'll see. But isn't it so pretty? It's so cute. I love it. Like, go give it love. This song is a reminder of my own spiritual transformation this year. When the first beat drops, I always find myself smiling to myself with it. Like, it'll drop and I'm like, literally the LeBron James meme, like I literally will be like not in a meme way, like I really do smile and I'm just like, The lines are, I lost myself and found myself again and again and again. There's mixed clips of dra, 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 and that's like drugs going into high fashion, which is like, yeah, and then it transitions into the 6th track, which is high fashion. She opens the song with, have you ever dreamt of being seen? I love that. Let's sit with that for a second. That's what I have written, and we literally did. Let's sit. Moment of silence. Oh, it's a motorcycle. Dra, dra. Dra, dra. They said, I'd rather get high fashion. Right. I hope that's the end of that. Then she clarifies, so have you ever dreamt of being seen? But she clarifies, not by someone, more like in a magazine. The chorus, I don't need your drugs, I'd rather get high fashion. I don't want cheap love, I'd rather get high fashion. She doesn't need drugs, she'd rather get high fashion. The double entendre is clear, she'd rather get high on fashion, the feeling that fashion brings you. This chorus and the line before, not by someone, more like in a magazine, is to me how it's a waste to be striving to be seen, in parentheses, by a man. This is the height of the propaganda I'm not falling for. Shopping, clothes, feeling good in a new outfit, experiencing gender euphoria, these are all things that are spiritually enriching and only things you can achieve on your own and for yourself. Wearing a nice outfit, online shopping brings me more elation than a man ever could. I'd rather get high fashion. And I don't think that's disconnection. Like, the people who have seen these streets know. So just sit with that. If you don't agree, more to know, more to learn. The music video and the substitutions for drugs, I don't know if I can say that, for drugs, with the gymnastics, white powder, and the powdered pastries. Excellent. Reminds me of chocolate coins on Faye Webster's album cover. I love this concept. The production of this song and how it's edited and mixed is addicting like a drug. The drug, 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 and then the ending pause with the I don't need you. I don't know, there's something about it. The ending with the pauses and stops and starting up again. It's just a 10 out of 10 track. The 7th track, Summer Forever. This is my sister's favorite track off the album. To me, it's that idealized version we all have each May, or during the darkened moments of winter when you come across a clip of a movie set in the summertime, or you're just begging to be sweating over trudging through snow. This song is what we imagine our summers to look like. Lana Del Rey, American Honey. I can say life is what you make of it, and I'm gonna have that exact idealization this summer. Trust, I'm gonna make that, I'm gonna make my thoughts reality. Sometimes it is difficult to stop dreaming and start acting, but get up. Enjoy this summer. It's gonna be one for the books. Talking mantras, talking absolutes. Is that an absolute? Right. The time is now to kickstart your Addison summer. The lines reinforce this dream. Staying up all night long, singing our favorite songs, making out in the car, doing shots at the bar. I said, LOL, this sounds like shit off my summer bucket list. We're naked at the beach, barefoot on the street, background on my phone, never felt less alone. It's like listening to Fall in Love by Fantagram. Like, it's so summer. There's like the specific TikTok. I don't know if I can show it here, but it's just like that feeling. Like, I want that to be summer, like, for me. Yeah, like a Fantagram type summer, temporary and chaotic love, but maybe it will last come fall. Maybe I'll take this summer love with me and we'll finally achieve that couple's Halloween costume. It's also fascinating that this is the first reference to her parents in the album. more on that will come later. I want to say that I believe this album is about finding yourself, becoming a person outside of your parents, outside of what you grew up seeing with them. That's why this album is so special to a lot of people. I'll discuss more on this in the final track. Stay with me, please. The next track is In the Rain. I've grown quite fond of this track. There's an edit to this song with Britney Spears performing, and all I can say is Addison is her daughter in Zayn Malik voice, parentheses I wrote. Right, I'll show that clip too with Britney because it's literally Addison's entire exact fit in the High Fashion music video. Yeah, I think so, with her in the field. Yeah. From that Jakeshane interview, my sister told me that In the Rain was initially a diary. Can I speak? Was initially a diary entry. She wrote something down like, I cry only in the rain. In the beginning of the track, she says, and now the past is someone that I have to answer for. Misunderstood, but I'm not gonna sweat it. Isn't it all for the show? This indicates her acknowledging how society is almost expecting her to always explain herself. Over-explaining and over-communicating is out. I'm sick of it. Misunderstood is back in. I said this before in a different episode, but being misunderstood is in. No one is going to understand you fully. Sure, it is a beautiful thing to be seen. And it's one of the greatest things in this life, but wasting your time trying to be understood is impossible. It is, and you know it. People are not one-dimensional. Some people may be, lol. But people grow and they go through things, and I just feel like, is it fair to hold yourself to the same standards to the person you were at like 18 years old? And I'm not saying like if you are like a truly evil person or if you're like gross, and you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying that, but I'm saying like what you thought like your life was gonna look like and everything, or when you thought you were doing the right thing with like friends and stuff. Like, I just always think back to like the Maya and Dom episode of Upstairs Neighbors where they discuss, they're like, if you're 18, 19, you are the worst version of yourself. Like, you think you're this, like, you may think you're great, but like, you just need to grow up. Like, you know what I mean? I just always think about that. Like, because I think about my 18-year-old self and I'm like, oh my God. Like, even when you think about like people who are 22 on Love Island, like, I always think about when Dom was like, or I think it was Dom or Maya, where they were like, get the 22-year-olds off Love Island. Like, that is like so traumatic. So isn't it all for the show? Women in the media. Isn't it all a show? The chorus and hook, so I cry only in the rain. When I hear this, I think of like Instagram. They only see one side of you, this one smiley, carefully curated side of the coin that you chose them to see. It's fake, it's not real. In the lead up to the chorus, she says, keeping a smile on my face for protection, turning my tears into gold. Whoa. Turning my tears into gold. Gold, something of worth, something transactional, something that isn't hers anymore, or by her own accord. Like, they're not just her tears or her feelings. It's like, oh my God, I have to get something out of it. I have to do this for a reason. Going back to the line, keeping a smile on my face for protection, I want to resurface something I said earlier in this interview. Guys, Addison. And guys, I got Addison. I want to resurface something I said earlier in this review about her demeanor of being like a fish out of water, not clueless and not aware of her surroundings. I'm not saying that, but knowing of her surroundings and not bringing attention to it, because it's not worth it. You know, men are going to view you how they want. Everyone is. It's out of her hands. If you let it control you, you will sink into the depths. The way she acts is like she doesn't know what they're thinking. She does. Unfortunately, all women are always aware when you're looking at them. We grow up literally like seeing like all the looks. Like, we know, we always know. But by maintaining this aloofness, she remains in control of every room in each situation. It is a terrifying, exhausting road a lot of people and women have to walk, and I feel like this line in the song is a great example of this concept. Keeping a smile on my face for protection, that's sad. It's part of being a woman. It's part of growing up. The next track, Fameisagun. The video game-like sound of the song, It reminds me of Frontline by Kalila. I love that track and I miss Kalila. I love the line, "It was never enough, I always wanted more." I think about her discussing her time on TikTok and how it was through the lens of like, this is how I'm gonna get out of here. Like, so she was just like constantly posting so much crazy shit. It pains me. It makes me upset to think that to make it, to gain attention from the public, people have to put on a show, incorporate this animalistic circus act to grab everyone's attention. It's brain rot. You like need to be funny to be taken seriously. The lines, "You've got a front row seat and I got a taste of the glamorous life." I always think that it's like her talking to either like the people who she was making the TikToks with, or like just people in her life, or even the haters, whatever. Like, she's just a girl from Louisiana. Now look at her. The next track, "Times Like These," is my favorite track after hearing the entire album. It's my favorite new listen of hers. "I'm attached." The opening lines are vulnerable and relatable. "I know you like when I wear this dress. I feel best when I'm wearing less. If I dye my hair bleach blonde, maybe then I'll turn you on. Do I eat what I want tonight, or will it make me feel less tight? I'm so caught up in my head when I take back what I said." Then it's the line, "I'm so confused." That line perfectly encapsulates growing up, being in your 20s, the album, everything. I'm so confused. Because just when you believe you think you have it figured out, something changes. You don't have it figured out. You're on the right track, then you aren't. Is there a right track? Do you want to be on a track at all? I'm so confused. Maybe it's the way she sings that line, but it's so transcending, and you feel the emotion. You understand. You finally understand her. She sings, "My life moves faster than me, can't feel the ground beneath my feet. In times like these, it's how it has to be." Time goes on, the world keeps moving, it doesn't stop for anyone. You have to get with the program. I hate the phrase, "that's life." I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in times like these, this is how it is, and that's okay. It's okay to be confused. You're meant to be confused. If you aren't confused, you've got to be ignorant or an egotistical man. There's no in between. The second verse, "Don't want to get too close, I'm scared. Do you hate me or do you care? Think about all the time I spent feeling lost, but I'm found again. Should I jump into the unknown, or is it better to know how it unfolds?" This track is a giant question mark. These lines represent the dangers of being indecisive. I am not in enemy territory. These are my fellow soldiers. I'm the queen of being indecisive. I've got a Libra rising. When you don't take action, you are actively making a decision. Getting caught up in choosing the right path will eat you up. She writes, "Am I too young to be this mad? Am I too old to blame my dad?" Deep breath. Again, this is another track referencing a parent and their influences. These are the things that keep and stall us from becoming who we are. When we are understanding who we are in this world, it all goes back to how we were brought up, what we were taught, what we saw. The first step is noticing it. The tightrope walk is battling it, girl. Good luck, babe. Then she hits us with lines of hope. "It's not my fate in the end. Let go of all that could have been." She's cosplaying as a therapist. This song is a conversation. It's her talking about her fears and her offering up guidance in how to deal and respond to said fears. Then the track transcends with, all right, let's take this off. Let's lock in. Then the track transcends with, "Head out the window, my song on the radio. Head out the window, let's see how far I go." I'm pretty sure that's the line. I meant to like double check it, but I think that's the end of the line. That bridge and dance break within the music video is gorgeous. The black and white dance break when it goes back to black and white, and somebody on TikTok said, "Oh my god, we're back in the black and white, like at the beginning where dietpepsi began." I love that. I said, "Woo wee." Love. It stunned me. It makes me cry. I know this is one of my favorite tracks for a reason. It's not just a sad song. It's helpful. It's about being open and vulnerable, and that's where the hard conversations come into play. Only then will you be able to get through, or only then will you be able to have those breakthroughs. The 11th track, life's no fun through clear water. The 11th track, life's no fun through clear waters. 11, my 11, 11. 111, 11, 11, angel numbers. 111 and 11, 11 I've been seeing like on repeat since like February. Like, I guess those are my angel numbers, but like, oof, I love those numbers. My sister and I are calling it now. We are getting trashy boardwalk font of this line on a shirt, and it's going to be iconic. The phrase life's no fun through clear waters indicates the importance that is to get on with life. You have to go through the cloudy bits. There's a balance. That's how you get to the sweet part. That's when you will reach the enriching parts of your life. If things weren't horrible, you wouldn't stay busy, so life's no fun through clear waters. Mix it up, be messy, but cute. LOL. I just mean like be messy with a grain of salt. Like don't be like messy and like literally be like evil to people. Like be kind. It's not that hard. It's also a moment back to times like these of feeling like you're not able to make a decision because you're worried and forever sworn to life at the crossroads. Keeper of the Keys reference. Live your life. You can be healed and still live. That's the biggest lesson I'm trying to remember this year. I can be healed, but I can still let myself have a good time. It's okay to be messy once in a while. It will not erase what you've done. It's not going to kill you. From the Jakeshane interview, I am paraphrasing what my sister told me because again, I didn't want to watch this. I didn't want to watch it before putting this out. But she explained how she read a book, either titled it or it was in the book. And it was like someone looking like at a black pool. So life's no fun through clear waters. Through the mess, through the troubles, you do learn. You learn more about yourself through risks than at a standstill. This interlude is at the beginning of the Headphones On music video. I wasn't paying attention before. I was slacking. After rewatching the video when the album was released, I can't get over hearing that interlude before the song. Like, I love it. And I just can't believe I didn't hear it before. Like, I usually am just so, like, on with that shit, and I didn't. Like, it literally, I was like, this wasn't in there before. Like, she just added it. The 12th and final track of this album is Headphones On. Headphones On is a track that recently made me start crying when I was driving the other day. The line, you can't fix what has already been broken. You just have to surrender to the moment. This line clicked for me in the car and I was trying to hold it in, but I couldn't. It reminds me of a therapy sesh, right? It reminds me of a therapy sesh where she was like, are you a licensed marriage counselor? It's not on you. And I was like, right. Yeah, I should know that. Okay, exactly. But this is one of those tracks again that references her parents and their impact on her. Within the music video for this track, we see pink lights over the camera lens. So like, that bullshit that I learned about in fucking photo, and I'm trying to act cool. The pink like screen thing that they put over the camera lens to make it look, or over the light. No, it's over the light. That's what I said. And then the camera. So it makes them look pink. So it makes the horses look pink. Pink horses with a blue background. I've seen those horses before, and Addison spoke about seeing that photo shoot and said that she wanted to recreate it. And I was just like, oh my God, they're so cute. Like, I loved the recreation. They shot the music video in Iceland, and Addison said they were listening to a lot of Bjork, and it made me so happy because I've had my Bjork renaissance this year. The pink wig and dark brows contrast the belly button piercing, the iPod or iPhone held in the neon green underwear, the Apple wired headphones. A vibe. She knows how to curate a vibe. And y'all are gonna put her on the cross for that? The music video opens with Addison working a job. She steps outside after being stuck at the register ringing people up. She slips her headphones into her ears and climbs onto this carnival coin slot activated horse outside her job. As she starts to ride it, we get glimpses and transition into Addison in Iceland on a white horse with a pink wig look. She's imagining herself riding an actual horse. Daydreaming. It's for the girls stuck at their retail job. It's that TikTok I saw the other day. This guy was like about to be me at my wedding, and like he had like one AirPod in at the altar, and I just always keep thinking about the first comment was like, it comes to a point, and I just keep saying that every day. I'm like, it comes to a point. Yeah, but this is for the escapism driven girlies. It's that meme when you were a kid and you were blasting 2000s club music when your parents were arguing. It was your escape, your freedom, your ticket out. It represents the power of music and how it takes you on another plane, the whole point of my Keeper of the Keys series. The music video is legendary. There's this one moment, this is like really annoying, but there's this one moment where Addison sings, okay, so it's like, she goes, soaking up the rain, and then it's like, ah, but she has her eyes closed and she's like moaning, and it's like a long clip. I told my sister and she was like, oh my god, you're so gay. I'm like, okay, but like it's a good scene, like it's a good clip. Like whoever thought about that, I said, but I love that clip, and whose ever idea was that? I see the Vigiana. I do. Now let's get to lyrics. Wish my mom and dad could have been in love. In the music video, she sings this line. However, the next line, guess some things aren't meant to last forever. She doesn't sing that line in the music video. Her mouth is a thin line. She lets us sit with that. Wish my mom and dad could have been in love. Like she's just like lip syncs. Wish my mom and dad could have been in love. And then she's like, as the next part of the song goes, like she's like thinking about it. But it's also, yes, like she lets us sit with that line. But it's also like she's still in that mindset where she doesn't want to admit that some things aren't meant to last forever, because that's the next line. If she doesn't say it, then it won't make it true. It's such a powerful clip in the music video. The ending of the song, the repetition, gonna dance till the wheels fall off, suggests that life goes on. You have to simply keep dancing on, like Ariana Grande's Yes and the beginning, dancing on, I keep. It's sad. It's like the Outkast lyric in Hey Ya, you don't want to hear me, you just want to dance. But at the end of the day, in headphones on, it's like, forget it, dance. And I also think it goes back to like Addison has always loved dancing, and like maybe that was her escape and her like the times like she felt really like in control of her life, like just dancing and forgetting about it. And also moving your body, it's like being active, like working out, like it's just like, girl, dance it off, like forget it. Put your headphones on, forget about it momentarily, don't let it eat you up, and just keep dancing on, girl. But yeah, this is the end of my Addison episode. I hope this wasn't hours long. I'm gonna try to edit it so it's not, but I am transfixed and utterly attached to this album, and I have been playing it like on repeat, and this has been me, this meme. It's so funny because it's Addison back to back, and then like album back to back, and then it's Nettles. Yeah. Remember, life's no fun through clear waters, and listen to the full album. Thank you. Till next time. I think I'm actually gonna do my next episode is gonna be on Nettles, so stay tuned for that. Bye.